Hi, this is Girls Cousins, and the following later narrative passage question here is asking about the purpose of the eighth paragraph. Now, in the eighth paragraph is when Eleanor responds to Simon's story, sort of reminiscing about the past here with her own, um, sort of recollections here. This is where we talk about that kiss from the old gray-haired woman, which is it's a very strange part of the passage. Um, so, what is the purpose here of the eighth paragraph? Do you think? Let's go ahead and consider the answer choices together. Introduce a new scene involving child artists who will likely play an important role later in the narrative. Well, we do introduce children. We've got these six little girls. When she says imagine, she's trying to say, well, imagine what I'm thinking of here. She's talking about the past. But they're not necessarily, well, they are painting, right? But they're not necessarily going to play an important role later in the narrative. This happened in the past. This is something that already happened. So maybe you could assume she's going to continue telling the story if you selected this answer choice. But take a look at the last sentence here. She says, "Come, Caroline. Come, Hubert." In the purpose of, in the context of this passage, remember she's walking around with children. It looks like Caroline and Hubert are her kids, and that she sort of finishes her story here. The mother of all my kisses, all my life, calls the kids over, and you can assume starts, walking away. The next paragraph is her and the husband sort of walking off into the distance, right? So it looks like she cuts off the conversation there, doesn't want the husband to respond. It doesn't look like the narrative will continue. So we can go ahead and get rid of answer choice A. B says, reveal that Eleanor does not love her husband. This could be. She's saying here that, this kiss of an old gray-haired woman with a wart in her nose, she probably doesn't really like that woman, right? It's probably completely just somebody, right? The mother of all my kisses all my life, though. So even though she's with her husband now, he considers this, somebody who somehow influenced every other kiss she's ever received. So maybe there's something here if they don't love each other. However, maybe it's just unhappiness. It's hard to say. This potentially. Let's go ahead and consider the other answer choices. Show through another contrasting memory. Okay, so this is a memory, and it's another in that the husband already introduced one. This looks good. How distant and disconnected, also really good. So not love or just distant and disconnected. Eleanor and Simon are from one another. These both seem really good. Let's go ahead and see the last one here. Illustrate how the couple's shared memories of the garden brings them together and strengthens their family. Definitely not. This does not bring them together. This is in response to something that the husband said that was potentially offensive to Eleanor. Definitely something going on here that's not very good. Remember, she also cuts off the husband to start talking about this. She interrupts him. There seems to be conflict going on here. Okay, so between these two, is it to reveal that she does not love him, or that they're distant and disconnected from each other? A good rule to keep in the back of your head for the test is if there's not direct evidence for the more extreme of two answer choices that look good, you want to go with the less extreme answer choice, the one that you would require less evidence to prove. That's going to be the most correct or the best answer choice in any sort of situation like this. So even though it could be to prove that she does not love him, it is much more likely to prove that they're distant from each other, that they're disconnected, that they're not, a close couple. Maybe it is that they don't love each other, maybe not. Or that Eleanor does not love her husband, Simon. But that makes C better than B, even though these both look very good. Read all the answer choices if you pick B only because you didn't get to C there. I hope that helps with this problem. And happy prepping.